Good. He's there every day with a great attitude and a great work ethic. I'll be shocked if you see him in the off season other than working to the side. I don't think he'll partake in any football stuff and OTAs. You won't see him football-wise until training camp.
When you and the coaching staff went back and did the film review, what did you guys see specifically on the offensive line?
Well, that's a wide question. It wasn't as it was okay. I mean, no new commercials. It's just okay.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't good enough.
Yeah.
But that's about what it was. We obviously, I think the good thing that happened with the O-line, with some of the injuries with James and when Ron went down late, we got to play some other guys. Wilkinson plays basically the entire season. We got Pat Morris in there. We got Slotman in there. And we feel good about those guys now. So those three guys are added to the mix. We think some of them have starter capability or really good backup capability. And so that was a good thing. We got to solidify. Risner was a great addition. Dalton at left guard. I think he's going to have a great career, long-time career as a Bronco. McGovern did a nice job in there at center. So overall, it was okay, but I do think we're capable of better.
Would you look at him at center at all if McGovern leaves Reisner, or is it you want to keep him where he's at?
He can play center, but we'd rather not play him there.
If you keep McGovern, would you plan on keeping him at center?
Yes.
With Justin Simmons, why do you think he was such a good fit right away for what you want to do on defense?
Well, we like smart safeties, guys that can tackle, and guys that enjoy playing the game from the cerebral side as safeties, and he does that. And he's a good fit for us, and I'm confident we'll have him back somehow, some way.
When you're interviewing players here, how do you decide which guys you want to talk to and what do you want to learn about them?
I just want to see them talk, and if they have some particular issues that need to be ironed out that we need to know about, obviously that's part of it. But I just like to watch them talk, and then as they're talking, I may interject a question or two. But I think it's really hard to say you can walk out of a 15 or now 18-minute interview and say you got this guy pegged one way or the other. I'm not that intelligent, and I don't think anybody else is, to be honest with you. And I think I can identify, like sometimes I'll write a note on my pad, we need to do more work on this guy. We need to dig more.
Do you have on the table for the guy, Chris Harris Shelby and Derek Wolf? What is your role in terms of trying to get them back? I mean, money's always a factor for each, but are you involved with John? What is your role in trying to keep those two?
Well, he obviously asked me my opinion, and would I want them back? Would I want them all back? And like you said, money's involved in all of these decisions. So, but we're open and hoping to have them all back, realizing that may not be all possible. But, maybe the new CBA gets done and there's more room and we can have them all.
If you lose Chris, does cornerback immediately become a priority, or is it already in terms of adding somewhere through the draft or free agency?
Yes and yes.
Has Ron Leary cleared from his concussion?
Yeah,
Is Bryce Callahan, are we going to see him at OTAs? Or?
I believe so. I saw him the other day. He's been there also working good. And, he's got the exact same injury he was recovering from last year.
Yeah.
So he can compare this year's rehab, unfortunately, to last year's. And he said he's feeling much, much better right now than he was last year at the same time. So I do think we'll see him in OTAs if everything progresses well.
How's
Pat
Devontae
Shermer's
Bosby?
offense?
How's Devontae Bosby coming along as well?
Fine. He'll be okay. He's cleared all that.
Is Pat Shermer's offense a better fit for Royce Freeman, kind of a power gap system? And has he lost confidence as a runner, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think Roy, I think that's a little overblown system, fit or not. I think Royce can play better, and we're hoping that he will.
Follow I'll follow up on that. You have 18 minutes with these guys. When you bring the 30 guys into the facility, what do you as a coaching staff try to get out of that day?
It kind of depends upon the player's background. Are there some issues that we need to get resolved, from a mental standpoint, emotional, or maybe a troubled past. So that's always part of it. Then maybe we'll try and teach them some things and see how well they can understand it. But I think if you just get there, once you bypass all that stuff, if there's issues, just talk football with them and see if they can, how literate they are with football talk.
We were up at a CU basketball game with Phil Lindsay the other day. I was just curious, did he invite you? Did you invite him? Did you plan to go together?
Yeah. One day in early, or probably mid-January, he was over the office and bragging about CU's basketball team to me. And I said, well, let's go see a game, me and you. And we did.
What did you think?
I was good. I enjoyed the environment. We rode up together, and I was a little shaky on his directions. It took me an hour and a half to get there with traffic. But it was good. I really enjoyed the game. It was a great environment. They started off very poorly in that game, if you remember, and they were getting smothered pretty good, but they ended up winning. I guess the opposite happened against UCLA 2 days later. But it was a great environment.
Who drove?
I did.
Where is Phil in his recovery from the surgery? Sound like a cleanup. And can he be more involved as a receiver? What would that look like in your mind?
I think he's fine as far as the little cleanup he had. Yeah, we'd like to see him improve as a receiver, and he would tell you the same thing. Just got to become a little bit more natural catching the ball, running routes if you want to run them from when he's removed from the backfield. But, yeah, that is an area he can improve, and he knows that, and hopefully we can get that done.
Do you think the surgery last year affected that, being able to catch the ball?
No. I mean, it's easy for me to say. It's better for him to answer, but I don't think it did.
Time for a few more for the coach.
In cornerbacks coming out of college, what are you looking for? Are there certain traits you're
Yeah, guys that can cover. Sure, we'd all like a 6 foot, 6'2" corner, but they don't grow them very often. So if you limit yourself to, you're only going to take 6 foot and above corners, you're going to bypass a lot of good 5'11", 5'10", 5'9" corners. So, and there's a reason there aren't many 6'2" corners, because they have a hard time staying with people, on breaks and stuff. So I think if you limit yourself to only a certain style of corner, you're always going to have corner problems. So I know it sounded like a little wisecrack, but really, if they can cover, and then how smart they are to work with others, because the passing games are complicated, and they need to be able to work with others too.
Where are you at in the inside linebacker position after AJ's emergence? Do you need a complement to he and Todd in terms of coverage, or how do you see that position right now, considering the offseason?
Well, we could use an upgrade at all of our positions, not just there, but we'd like to add a guy to that position if possible. And, we didn't play much 6 DBs last year because if you remember or notice, we only dressed 8, which is unusual. So if we can find more DBs that can play, we may play more 6 DBs in passing situations at times. So it's, there's more angles to that question, but yes, we would like to add to that.
Coach, one of the
Last one, Brandon.
interesting with CBA proposal talked about a 54th or an extra offensive lineman to the
Yeah.
roster. Isn't that, I guess, saying you have to construct your roster a certain way?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I was surprised to see that. We did have the one game last year, if you remember, where we played the second half against, I believe it was Detroit, where Wilkinson had been hurt and Dalton had been taken out. We were down to 5. I've never been around a game where somebody had to play a tight end at tackle, at offensive line. So I was surprised to see that. I don't know where that came from, and I'm sure they'll have some parameter on it, because I can automatically see in the conspiracy theory, somebody's going to put a 70 number on a tight end, and there's our 8th O-lineman, So, yeah, I don't know anything about that. I was surprised to see that, as you. Would be interesting to see the parameters on it.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.